Welcome to Wannabe Heroes podcast. I'm Connor, or Drayrith, for the Twilight Bazaar. Previously on Wannabe Heroes.
I need everyone to roll initiative.
Whoa. What we have here is a failure to communicate. We come in peace.
Well, you're gonna have to earn this meeting.
Are we doing this?
Flash his body with a cask of oil and tell everyone to calm down.
Whoa.
And then pull out a tinderbox.
Believe me, I don't fully trust all of you, but I think there's ways that you could help. Well, it sounds like you've got a plan. Where we pick up our group after an exciting encounter in the White Lily, meeting with the figureheads of the Red Sun, having a interesting combat encounter and then a wonderful conversation afterwards, have left with a new plan, intending to break out one of their members in hopes of gaining more trust and a proper plan moving forward to take down the Caravas family. At this time, the night has transpired after a quick, a quick deception, getting drunk in the street, and hiding your intention from an individual that was following you, or at least spotted you as you left. You made your way back to the Whispering Tankard. In your crowded room, you all spent the night, and you wake up refreshed and ready for another day. So, what would you all like to do?
Are we all in the room right now?
Yes. Good morning.
What do you mean morning?
It is morning.
Rise and shine!
Great.
Okay, I'll stop staring at the darkness.
Apeiron, we've talked about this. You need to get some rest.
Well, I don't really need to get rest. I need to meditate sometimes.
That's a
not-
form of rest.
Well, yes, but I have important things to think about. You know that. It's tough to meditate. You know.
No, I don't know. I'm only half elf.
Yes, of course. Sorry. Forget sometimes.
If we can focus on the task at hand.
Who needs to do that?
Alright.
So, we're breaking guy out of prison. Can you find out where guy is?
I could probably go to the guards barracks and ask around and probably get enough information. Do we need anything forged? Do we need me to bring anything? Or do you want me to just walk in and ask?
Well, I suppose we should probably be casual about it, so it isn't like, oh, this guy Kyrian asked where he is, and then bam, he's gone.
Oh no, I'll be sure to make it look believable and everything, and that I'm there for other means, but I do need to know that information anyways.
Yeah.
Can you guys remind me the full name of the person who's being incarcerated?
Nal Sivith. Nile?
No.
Nal.
No,
Nal
Sivith.
Sivith.
There you go, Cricket.
Thank
You got
Well,
it.
that was Allie.
Sorry, how do you
Nal
spell the last
Civet.
name, DM?
Civith.
Wait, did I spell it right?
It's
I
a
definitely
a
didn't.
simple one.
I spelled it right. I feel so proud of myself.
Spelled with an S.
Null Civith.
C Squad.
Then yes, I can go in and I can basically ask to, at the very least, know which area he's in. I may not know the exact cell, but that's why, we could always send a couple of you in. I'm thinking Serenity and Cricket.
Yeah, she's got her hand up.
Yes,
Me,
you.
me, me, me.
Okay, let's just slow down here before we start making any major decisions. I think we need to be careful with you asking too many questions at the guard's place. We don't want to bring any suspicion to ourselves.
Oh,
if this guy
Kyrian
just
asking too many
disappears.
questions. That's never been a problem.
Well, it's actually always been a problem.
I was being sarcastic.
Oh.
Well, Kyrian is a
anyway.
very charismatic guy. He can make it sound like he's asking about it without actually asking about it, yes?
Are you asking me? Because yes.
Yes.
I'd like to point out that I actually haven't done anything that's gotten us in shit in the long term.
Is-
I've actually gotten a lot done for us, frankly.
Oh.
Well, yes. I'm not denying what you have done for the group. I'm more as well saying that, just giving my concerns of the plan and everything.
Serenity is just gonna put her hand on Piran's shoulder and be like, I know you're very stressed about circus and everything, but I think you're projecting a little bit onto the rest of the group, and maybe, yes, it is a very tense situation, but we do not need to add more stress to what we're doing already.
Well, I'm not really adding stress. I'm just saying what we need to keep in
Add a
mind.
little bit of stress.
Well,
It's okay. And then she's just gonna
Um,
pat him on the back, but maybe a little bit too hard by accident.
Oh no, you're gonna send him flying.
Gonna shatter all
Yeah,
his bones.
Not his weak
if Piran just kind of he's like, okay, sure.
Just had his back cracked at like 4 different
Yeah,
places.
it's hurting. So then, what do you suggest we do?
No, I'm just saying, Kyrian is a capable man. He can do what he's going to do without needing to keep pointing out the things we already know we got to be careful about.
Okay.
Believe it or not, I was trained specifically to do things like this.
You were. I thought you were trained to sell mugs and do whatever else gift shop guys do.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I'm stuck at because I'm stuck on something else, but you thought my ambition. Why do you think I can do what I can do? Because I'm a gift shop guy?
I do not know. You're a very charismatic guy. You talk to people and you sell them stuff, and sometimes you need to do other things. I did not think
Thanks.
into it too much, I just assumed you were very happy at the gift shop.
Do we even know where the prison is?
Well, no, that is.
Or is that? Oh, that's his job.
Yeah, that's that Kyrian said he could help figure that out. Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to be getting likely a guard escort to the prison and then asking for records or at least the names of all the cellmates and anyone that they suspect to be a part of the rebellion so that we could potentially go up for further questioning or interrogation later on should we need it.
Oh.
That sounds like a lot of words, and I understood some of them. But I trust you, Kyrian.
Anyone got any other ideas or do you want me to go start doing that?
No, do your job. You got it.
That's about it.
Do you want to set up any other plans in the meantime or do you
Yeah.
want me to go get that? Come back.
I think we need to just go over what the entire game plan is because we don't want to sit here twiddling our thumbs until we wait for him to come back.
Well, we can't really do much until he comes back.
That's not actually true.
Yeah. We're planning a Serenity. We're planning a breakout here.
Well, no, we're planning to plan the breakout. We need to do
Yes.
the plan
Well-
first to get the stuff to figure out how we're going to break people out.
I-
But please,
Yeah.
tell me what you would like to do.
I think we need to get an alibi for ourselves maybe so that when this guy undoubtedly does disappear that there is no way that it can be pinned on us because we would have been doing something else or would have had no reason to have involvement with this because it's a pretty easy thing to pin on us.
I suppose. I mean, if you want to do that, I know that I can change into different people, And I'm pretty sure other people at circus could do the same. We could just have people looking like us walking around doing other things at the same time.
We also have Socks. He can turn into things.
Can he turn into people?
No.
His form like squishes in your hands, and he turns into like a doll of a person,
Aw.
like just a really, really simple like little girl doll.
Okay, I could help with something.
I can message Rosk.
Yes.
Does he change into people?
Oh, he can't.
Oh,
He's done it
okay.
for me a couple times when I don't want to perform.
I do.
You're not supposed
Call.
to do that. You're getting paid.
Well,
know.
So is Rask.
So is Rosk.
Okay.
So
I just recalled some information.
what's up?
Null is in one of the west cells in the guards barracks, underground in one of 3 dungeons.
Underground?
Underground.
Huh.
Which means that if I go and ask for the names of every prisoner in just one dungeon, there's a 1 in 3 chance. But that means that there's only going to be 50% chance of us figuring out who it is after that. I can try to ask for more, but knowing which one he's not in is just as good as, eliminating at least one of the options.
Well, we can do process of elimination. If you find out which one, just choose one at random, and then you'll know whether or not he is in that one. Then we'll send maybe someone, and maybe Serenity could go in the shape of an animal and scope out a second one. And then if he's in neither one of the other 2, he has to be in the third.
Or you could go to all of them because you're like investigating stuff, and
I could.
it would take more time, but then they wouldn't be like, oh, he went to this one prison and now there's this one person gone from that one prison.
Why don't we break all of them out?
I do not think that is a good idea.
I mean,
There
it
might
would-
be some people who legitimately deserve to be in there.
Well, but I mean, it would be a good cover-up because isn't it a little bit suspicious that only this one guy that's kind of connected to the rebels is the only one that got broken out of this almost the same day that one of our group members went?
She has a point. We could just get a bunch of explosives and blow up one of the walls.
That actually could. Yes, we could do that.
Have an
Where
alibi.
the fuck are we
for
going to get explosives?
the resistance.
I don't think they have those resources, and if they do, they're not going to give it to us at this stage.
You know what? We'll figure out where the guy is first, and then after that, we can plan how we're going to get him out. We don't have any idea what it's going to look like until we get there.
Yes, fair enough. Okay. Well, I think for now, let's just have Kieran go to one of the prisons and find out some information on it. And if you find out that he is there as nonchalantly as possible, then we can connect it to the other 2, because it could be a blessing if he asks about one of the cells that the man is not in, and then if we have no idea which one he's not in, it would be difficult to pin it to us.
I suppose. Oh, let's talk about that and go from there.
Yes. Meanwhile, I think while Kieran does that, I think someone needs to maybe tail Viren a bit, figure out what he does, because he has been popping up a lot. That man last night outside of the bar, I don't know who it was. Could have been him. But if it was, then we were already suspect to him. So
True. I could go to the palace and kind of poke around and see where he is. Because if he's not at the palace at the moment, someone could possibly tell me where he is, and we can slowly build a schedule that way.
will they let you into the palace?
Possibly.
But also, if you're looking for Viren, that's not a bad idea to figure out where he is. But when Viren finds out that you are looking for him, what are you going to say?
Yeah.
Well, ideally he'd he doesn't. We should not find out that we're looking for him. We need to be as quiet about this as possible.
I mean, it would be perfectly normal to say, hey, I'm looking for my employer, I have something to tell them. We just need to actually have something to tell them.
Do we have any information?
You know...
We do. But
Well-
I'm not sure if we want to share it with Viren.
Yeah, it's something we're okay with giving up to inform him on.
Possibly the name of the rebellion if they don't know that already. That could be something to give.
Could be.
We could maybe get in contact with one of the members of the rebellion and ask them for any. Actually, I don't know if they'll trust us enough to give us any more information that we
absolutely
could feed. Yes. Well, if that's the case, maybe if we just find Viren, figure out where he is. We know that he's a merchant. We can check with. Would there be a merchant guild office like in the city that we can?
You haven't seen a guild office yet. You haven't looked around much.
Mhm.
It seems like a lot of the work is done out of that market square. You don't know if there's a more centralized building or it is just kind of that area where they do their business.
Mhm.
I have one idea of possibly getting some information on the prison. What's the name of it again?
The prison?
Yeah.
Looks at
Is there a specific name for it?
The West
Guards barracks, I
Side.
suppose, would be the closest.
Guards barracks. All right. I can try and contact my sister, see if she knows anything about the history of it, possibly.
Why would she know the history of a prison from... Does she live around here, or...?
No, but she works as an archivist.
Oh, okay. Maybe. It doesn't hurt to ask, I suppose.
If we're in favor of that, is that okay?
Yeah, I
Everyone?
think we should just get out and seize the day and do stuff. And see
All
how
right.
it goes.
Oh, we haven't talked to her in a while, have we, Cricket?
A very long time.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I guess we can probably take care of that.
Yeah, I can take care of that easy.
Kieran, you're doing your thing.
Yeah, I can go as soon as you guys are ready.
Yeah. I think that's a good enough place to start.
Sound good?
And then, Viren, if you want, we can look into where Viren is. Or at least get a start on that.
Yes, we can look for him.
Great, let's go. Serenity is going to start working outside.
Okay, bye guys. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
All right.
Okay. You all make your way out into the streets, splitting off to take care of various tasks. You know what? I will ask for this one. Who wants to go first? If anyone wants to go first.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Sending.
All right.
I haven't used that spell yet.
Now, who are you contacting?
Illyria.
Lyria. All right.
Alright, 25 words. What's the best way to?
Yes.
What's the best way to use 25 words? Hi, Illyria. Working on a job. Was wondering if you have any floor plans of the prison. How many more words do I have?
That is 17.
Okay. Prison. What is the name of this place? Okay, Tamasia. Prison in Tamasia.
Hammer, okay.
Tamasia.
It's 6 more.
6 more words.
Or,
Okay.
No. Shit.
Yeah, that's 6.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
6 more. I'm trying to remember how many I counted.
About the Caravas family.
Caramas family.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Aw. You're so lucky. Cricket was there and she was like, I want to say, Cricket says hi. Cricket says hi.
He's just like, Cricket, I didn't have enough words.
As you are walking through the streets, there's a moment of silence as you feel the spell leave. And then, as you're walking, you're kind of caught off guard with a response in your head. Drairith, some time since I've heard from you. Odd question to ask out of nowhere. I can do some research and contact me again later tonight. I might have something. That's all.
Alright. You'll let Cricket know.
Did she say hi?
Yes, she says hi.
Yay!
Okay.
Perfect.
That is simple. Mark off that spell slot.
Yeah, I did.
Alright.
Can't use my other spell slot before tonight.
No. I guess. Let's. Kyrian or Apiron and Serenity. Who wants to take the next swing?
I don't mind going last.
Okay, then we will go next.
What are the two of you wanting to do?
As we walk outside, she's gonna look over to Piano and be like, do you have a specific plan as to how we're going to find Viren? Because if not, I have an idea.
What's your idea?
Well, you'll see. And she's gonna start walking, and unbeknownst to Apiron, she's going to cast Locate Object.
Okay.
And she's going to look for that little medallion that Kyrian gave back to Viren the other day.
Oh, nice.
Okay. I'm fine.
It's within 1,000 feet. I can
Yes.
That's far.
It's a lot of feet.
and it lasts for 10 minutes.
Okay. As there's a flash in your eyes, and this, like, the whole world kind of takes this dull shade as you look for this object. You get a faint glow in your vision on the northern end of the lake, pointing roughly in the direction of the main palace.
Right. She's not going to let Kyrian, not Kyrian, she's not going to let Piero know, but she's going to just start walking in that direction. You know, you worry about things a lot.
That's usually how it goes. If it wasn't for my worrying, the circus wouldn't be where it was today. So.
I mean, I'm not going to lie, this is not offense to you, but the circus is actually in a very bad position right now.
I know.
I'm just saying, it is good to be aware of problems and in bad situations, but you seem like you're carrying a lot, Piron. You don't need to carry it all.
Yeah, well, the woman I was very much in love with for most of my life died less than a week ago, so I'm going through it right now, you know?
I know, and I know your first instinct is probably to cloud your brain with other things to focus on, so you don't have to focus on the crushing weight of the fact that she is no longer around you. But that is not a healthy way to deal with this problem. And if you continue to do that,
Apiron's
over
just
time
gonna,
it's
like,
going to build up
vortex
and build
warp
up
himself 90 feet away from where she is. Like, as far, like, he's just gonna look at her and just like wave his arms around. Space is gonna bend around him, and he's just like away on a rooftop somewhere, just looking at her.
Serenity here giving free therapy. Piron's just like, I'm out.
There is definitely, like, some shock in the street as you are walking through the crowd and just vanish. And people, like, now start to kind of, like, surround Serenity and look concerned. They're, like, whispering to themselves.
Is she a witch? Burn the witch.
She's gonna look at the crowd around him. She's like, he's going through a really hard time right now.
Just, yeah, you hear the mumblings. What's going on? What happened to that guy? Should we be concerned? Especially in your current appearance, you stand out, and a man just disappeared next to you.
There's a lot of people looking at me. And she's just gonna turn and start walking down an alleyway.
Okay. Like, nobody follows, but you can definitely still hear the mumbling, and Apiron, you're up on a roof.
Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on her.
Yeah, you can see all of it.
Can Serenity see where he is?
Are you trying to hide, or?
He'd be trying. He wouldn't be necessarily trying to hide, like, but he would, like, tuck himself in away from a corner where he isn't, like, easily spotted from the ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, Serenity, with your passive perception, yes. Eventually, like, as you're walking through the alley, you do manage to clock him up on a roof.
I do only have 10 minutes to go find Viren, so if you want to find him, we kind of have to.
Just shouting this in the street.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
How high up
how
on-
far away is he?
Like you're about 15 feet off the ground on the roof, and then like,
I'm only like
probably
8
a
feet
block
off
or
the
two
town.
away.
Yeah,
You
okay.
were 90 feet.
Oh, I would
away.
walk over to him.
Okay.
Sorry, I
You're
didn't
still
mean.
like
Yeah.
shouting this up to him in the street.
Oh no!
But Viren's so far away.
Yeah, he's not around.
But the guards are right there.
That's fine.
There are guards in the street at the moment.
Well, great. Then come down so I do not have to yell.
Piron's just like, come on, I'll follow. And I'm gonna. So the direction she was walking in, can I just misty step over to the next rooftop?
Sure, if you want to just keep warping and staying
Yes.
within like a relative distance.
Well, I'm gonna use up like if I could use up like 3 misty steps. So 2 of my first level
Putting in
spell
that
slots.
much effort to stay away
Well,
from
no, just
Wow, he really hates
so
therapy.
my time teleportability,
Apparently
and then
he's
two
not
two first level spells. Is it first? No, second level spell. So only 1 second level spell slot. Yeah, I'll use on that other misty step, and I'll just try and get to like a good vantage point of like kind of the direction she was going.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can do that. It's not much of a problem, and Serenity just keeps walking through the city.
Kind of glumly. I'm a little upset.
But yeah, you manage to warp once and stay within 30 feet, but as she keeps walking, she is like you are out of ways to teleport, and she is slowly getting further and further away.
Nobody loves me, everybody hates me. Going to the garden to eat worms.
Wow.
Big, fat, slimy ones. Itty bitty.
She's getting silly.
ones.
So on that note, as you guys are walking,
gosh.
Kyrian, what are you up to? What's your goal here?
And it's going through a seamless transition from whatever the hell that was.
We zoom out from
Slimy
Serenity
worms.
walking.
His ears are like twitching, like, what am I hearing right now?
Exactly.
Viren is going to head over to the guards barracks where he had previously gotten a replica or forgery of the guard captain's, one of the guard captain's handwriting so that
Yes.
they can know his face.
All right. You make your way over. It's still relatively early in the morning, so it's not super lively, but there are a few people there. Guards, kind of like they're freshly dressed. Their clothes are pretty clean. There's no scratches or anything to their armor. It's like they're freshly ready out in the streets. They welcome you back in, and they've got one individual behind a desk, kind of just as you enter, watching what you do.
Morning.
Morning. How can I help you?
Lord and Lady Caravas have charged me with just kind of looking around, dealing with, miscreants and tax evaders and the unruly sort in general. And I am needing the names, cell numbers, and locations of all the prisoners so that I may need to extract information from them later on to more or less tie them to any other further crimes that we can find.
Give me a deception roll.
I mean, technically it's true.
I know,
It's just
but
not
it's
quite true.
yeah,
Deception roll?
yeah.
Roll 20 for 22.
Nice!
Okay.
Yay, blood dice.
He looks at you and just, well, it's an interesting request. I don't see too much of a harm in it. Were you looking anyone in particular? You just want to know everyone that we've got?
I mean, I would like everyone you have, but I'm sure that in the coming hours of the day, if not by tomorrow, I'd be able to tie at least 1 or 2 of them to any crimes that I can find. Unless you know of anyone who would be, a prime suspect related to the rebellion. And by rebellion, I mean, a lower sword.
Related to rebellion, we've got a few in recently that might lean towards that crowd. We've got a Tyval Solon. Came in a few days ago. Been a bit of a problem in the streets. This crazed resurrectionist harassing people and stealing wares for ridiculous rituals.
Magic user or just crazed?
We didn't find any magical things on him when they brought him in, but he claims to be working towards some type of magical ritual. The guy seems like a lunatic to me.
Sounds like it. Well, he might be tied to something for all we know. Who else do you have?
He is located in cell number 6, down below. And then we have a Null Civith, came in about a week or two ago. Cell number 4.
And what was their crime?
They were smuggling in different hazardous materials, and when confronted, lashed out at the guards. So rather than, a peaceful discussion and maybe confiscating items, we got violent, things escalated. It was a serious injury towards some notable figures.
You wouldn't be speaking of the Lord and Lady now, would you?
So you've heard about that incident?
I heard. They mentioned something about it. I didn't realize that the prisoner was actually still here. I would have assumed that he would have been executed by now, quite frankly.
Oh no, they're not a big fan of executions unless they're public, and really making a show of it.
Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we haven't been able to do public executions in so long.
No.
The COVID pandemic ruined public executions. Changed my mind.
Guard just coughs in the corner and was like, you said hazardous materials. Are we resins, flammable liquids, explosives?
Flammable equipment and explosives, yes.
Explosives. Okay, and that's cell 4, and was there anyone else that you know might be of some use to me later on?
That's all that stands out in my mind. We've got a few drunks in and a few just, petty thieves and, random acts of violence in the street. But if you're looking for specific individuals that might relate to these uprisings, they're the ones that stand out.
Very well. Now, I trust that these are in one of the cell blocks, or where do you keep them? I know that it's probably close to here, but I am going to need to know directions, otherwise it's going to be a little awkward if I'm playing, guess where the shit stain is.
No, I guess you haven't been informed on everything. The cell blocks are all connected underneath the 3 guard towers. We have our barracks stationed underneath the city, and the 3 guard posts all meet up to the main unit underground. Or should I say underwater?
In the nearby lake or a sewage system?
It's underneath the structures that are built atop the lake.
And I feel like I know the answer to this given the description you've just given me, but I'm assuming that next to nobody or nobody has, in recent memory, ever escaped, correct?
There's one incident that I can think of a few years ago, but that was dealt with. They didn't make it far, but they made it out of the cells.
Well, you all look very capable of doing that, should anything arise, so I have confidence that the prisoners will stay here in time for the interrogation. Now, Is there a time in which they would be most susceptible to interrogation tactics between meals during when they would usually be asleep?
I mean, if you're wanting to set something up, any time will work. They don't get much in terms of leisure time.
So really any time of day will work best.
Yes, anytime. We can arrange something if you want to talk with any of the prisoners.
Very well. I believe that is all I'll need. Sounds like I do have 2 people that I will be talking to in the next coming days, potentially a week, hard to say. Depends on how unruly people choose to be with me. And should anyone choose to be a little more resistant, could I send them your way or rather send you their way?
If you have trouble with individuals in the streets, contact the guards. Try and get them to deal with it. But yes, if you have suspicions, the word will eventually make its way to me.
Excellent. Well, I believe that's all I need today. You've been very helpful. Could I ask your name, good sir?
My name is Nolan Trissa.
And sorry, what is the description of this man?
Seems to be an older half-orc individual, kind of broader, but kind of a hardier build, little bigger.
Barrel chested.
Barrel chested. Not so much not like a muscular build. Short, brown and graying hair that's kind of shaved on the sides. It just has a tuft pulled up in the back. And then slightly fancier guard attire, a few more a little gold accent. Fairly simple setup though.
I'm not gonna lie, from the voice I was imagining something completely different. I was like, yeah, young guy, super physically active.
When I
Just chill.
he's built
Built like a stone.
He's got a stone. He's got a gut, but he's got big arms.
So he's strong.
He's
Good for
strong.
hugging.
Not aesthetic
Yeah.
strong, properly strong.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for all your help. And I assume you all work hard, and you've given me plenty of information to go on. I'm sure this will expedite the process a lot. Is it in bad taste to bring you anything from one of the taverns for one of your breaks and sponsor the guards? I'm merely asking just because this may save me 2 or 3 days of work overall.
Well,
It's not a crime to bribe. This isn't a bribe so much as just saying thank you.
I would hope it's not a bribe.
No, of course not.
If you wish to thank some of the individuals that you've worked with so far, just keep being useful. Don't get in our way. It's our job.
I will seek out the people who commit criminals. That's the term I'm looking for? Yes, it is.
I think so.
I will seek out the criminals, and I will be sure to point you in the correct direction.
Well, very good. Is that everything you need?
That will be everything. Thank you very much for your time this morning.
Of course. Enjoy the rest of your day.
He will straighten his tie and head on out.
Okay.
We'll find the crime doers.
Crime doers, where are the villains?
Those
Alright.
who do crime.
Kyrian heads off from the guard post. Apiron and Serenity. You've made your way through the city, eventually reaching the northern end, taking about the 10 minutes of your spell to make your way up. But the last glimpses of it, you're 90% sure that it's at the palace.
Okay, so I'm 90% sure that he's at the palace.
And at this point, you are you're only a few blocks away. It's not it's not a far walk from where you were originally.
original plan was to turn into something small and scurry behind him all day, but I think, a stray cat or a rat would actually be quite noticeable in Palace. We could camp out outside the doors until he leaves, and then follow him after.
Yeah, that could work. I do have a spell, which could allow us to hide in an unseen location if I have time to set it up.
Oh, what does it do?
It just creates a little an extra dimensional space that we're able to climb into, and then there's a rope that you use to climb into it, and then you climb back up and pull the rope in, and you can't be seen from the outside.
That sounds really cool, but also very conspicuous if we need to suddenly get out of said space and follow someone.
Yes. Well, that's where hopefully teleporting can come in handy, but I don't know how well that could work.
We could just sit at a nearby cafe, watch the door. If he comes out, we go the other direction, and then, follow around.
Yeah.
It's like hunting in the wilderness, but with lots of people instead.
Yes. Let me just try something.
Okay.
Can I just look at the around what time of day is it now? Like sun high, low. Like...
This is still like before noon. It's fairly early in the day.
Okay. It's not. I'm trying to figure out. Would a Puron be able to use his clockwork compass to kind of just like look through the timelines and like everything in his immediate area, kind of how the moments before and the moments after like kind of play out, and would he be able to make like a check in order to try and determine when/where Viren would come in or go out, or if he has like kind of been through this path? Like, what would be most likely?
Okay.
Yeah.
That is. Can I see into the future? That is a tough ask.
It's more of him, like, because he with his vision from having spent the time there, he how I understand it, he can see like all the timelines and the moments springing off from each moment. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's more like how large you're expecting the window, but you can definitely see like try and get an eye of patterns and like immediate, like it would more so see like it'd be easier to see things that have happened in the past and see patterns.
Yeah.
And then kind of extrapolate from there. But it's like even for a Huron, like reaching into the future is very, very limited.
Yes. So yeah, would he be able to do that then?
I'd certainly try. Give me an Arcana roll.
Yes. Awesome.
That's a big ask.
That's a nat 20. Plus 8 for a total of 28.
Well, shit, maybe it's not.
Wow.
Looking around, just taking a moment as the is it gears in your eyes, or is it
it's like
clock face in your eyes?
I think it's like hourglasses. Yeah.
Hourglass. Okay.
Yeah, the shape of an hourglass.
Okay. As the eyes like twist and turn, the amulet on your ear just kind of like it starts to move on its own as you focus in on this aspect of space and time around you. You can look back to at least the last couple days, and you see guard routes, you see passers-by, random townsfolk crossing through this square. The guards kind of shift within a 10-foot perimeter of the same area throughout the last 2 days, and you do get a few glimpses of Viren leaving just before noon, just passing out of this area, and you see him leave the main palace, walk out into the street. You don't see a point that he comes back exactly as like you look further back and the images shift, but you see that point of him leaving repeat on multiple days.
Okay. And with there, is it the direction he walks in always the same, or does it like branch off into different paths?
From the area that you can cover, it is always the same, heading southeast.
Okay. And is there any place in that area that seems inconspicuous where we can sit and wait for him, and like a place where he might not be able to spaz as well, or a place where we can have advantage?
In the immediate surroundings, not too much. Like what you can see from, like encapsulated in your vision.
Yeah.
You can see a few small parks, and then like a bunch of residential structures just on the peripheral. But you can, and with the 28, I will say you can kind of like track that path and note that he is headed in the direction of the market, although it is quite a ways away.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just put the let go of the amulets and just get back to this uncomfortable feeling of seeing things like the regular.
After like 2 minutes of zoning out, Serenity is just like looking at you.
Yeah, you can see the whole time my eyes were like the hourglasses on the inside were like turning in like different directions, trying to look into the past and the future, and then and the whole time Apira is just like his eyes are like also worrying, like looking at different things. He's just like, hi, why are you so close to me?
I was concerned.
Okay, thank you.
She'll take a step back.
Thank you. So Viren seems to be coming through this area quite often. Sometime close to time of day. It is now, I think, around just before mid-afternoonish, I think. And he usually goes from here, and I'm thinking towards the market.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Serenity's gonna start walking towards the market, and on her way, she's gonna look to see if there's any good like scouting points. Good little hunker down and wait.
Okay. Give me a perception roll.
That is a 12 plus perception, which I think is 8, but let me double check. Definitely didn't forget my book today. It is.
It is +8.
Yes.
Perception's 18.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So, what did you roll? What's the total?
Oh, sorry. Then that's a 20. Dirty 20.
Okay. Scouting around. There's, I mean, like within view of the palace, there is that like a small park square set up with like a few benches and like a little like stone, like kind of just. It's like a weird pyramid, like just like a climbing gym basically for kids.
Nice.
There's a few like trees that have been like potted in place. There's no grass anywhere except for like dirt where the tree is. But like that's a place that's close by that it's pretty open, but it wouldn't be odd for anyone to be there. A little further towards the market, you do have like alleyways in between buildings, and like you're looking at behind residents, behind like where people live. There's not a lot of like business in this area unless you're getting much closer to the market.
Okay, Serenity's just gonna start walking towards the park and then kind of look back to see if Apiron's coming and continue.
I'm just gonna look around and then realize Serenity is gonna just run after him and be like, wait! Where are you going?
We're going to have a lovely afternoon in the park.
Okay. And from what I could see, does it seem like he would make his way past this park specifically, or?
Not directly, but you'd be able to see him from here.
Okay. I'm going to. Does it seem like that time of day would be getting close to now, or?
Probably within like the next half hour or so,
Okay.
most likely.
Could you do the thing where you change the way you look?
Oh, of course.
Yes. You wait here. and then maybe see if you can tail him a bit. I'll see if there's anything else useful I can do.
Oh, so you don't want to sit with me?
Well, I just think it'd be suspicious because I can't change the way I look if he just saw me following him.
Yeah, I suppose I just did. Yeah, that's okay. I didn't. That's fine. Not a problem. Didn't want to sit with you anyways.
What? Okay. Apiron's just gonna walk away at this point. Yeah.
No, but.
So as you settle into your positions,
She's gonna turn into a really, really attractive, super duper attractive Alvin woman with like long red hair and a really cute purple sundress.
okay. And you're just taking a seat in the park.
Yeah.
All right, Piron. Anywhere you're headed exactly?
Yes. Just before I go, if I could cast Gift of Alacrity on Serenity, just tap her on the shoulder, give her Gift of Alacrity, and then move on.
Okay. You can do that.
And that's the +8 to your initiative.
Nice.
Plus a D8, sorry.
What do you think's gonna happen?
Well, just in case.
Oh no.
Happy fight Viren.
And
What do you with hunting?
actually, Apiron's gonna actually shirk his duties just for a bit. And if he can go back to the circus and try and do the thing with his machine that can reconstitute Beatrice's body a bit, if you'll have time.
It would take, like, from where you are, it would take you a couple hours to walk over to the circus grounds.
Okay. Never mind that then. If that's the case, then Apiron's just going to go to see if he can find any schools or any not schools, but like higher education places of any kind, like a town hall or anything that he would be able to find any information on either the history of the city or the Merchant's Guild specifically. If you can find the Merchant's Guild.
Okay. So give me an investigation roll.
Investigation.
See if you can find.
You've been ditched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody
loves
that's going to be a 21.
21.
Yes.
Well, looking throughout the streets as you wander off, you can find kind of different structures that stand out in appearance. You know, stuff with like very simple sign work, and you're not quite sure like what they are, but you can see like images of books, images of pencils or not pencils, well, pencils as well, but like inkwells and whatnot. Places that seem at least to contain things of higher intelligence, literature, all that. None of it seems particularly like open to the public. It seems, there is a private like schoolyard and building where students can go in. And it's very like gated off and protected. You do notice like as you are like, how are you wandering completely off until you find something?
I would stay in an area where it is within the distance of the market, so that if Viren were to pass by, I would be able to either see him or kind of just be able to clock him.
Okay.
Yes.
Through your investigation, with a bit of looking around, a bit of talking to people, you do get word that in the market, like just on the eastern side of the market square, there is a larger, like kind of open floored building, like similar building or build to the palace, where the ground floor is just open, but there is a structure set aside for a branch of the Merchant Guild out here.
Okay. And then with that, could I find a place to kind of just make pretend as fun doing reconnaissance for what we would usually be doing, and just keep an eye on the Merchants Guild. That's also kind of out of the way, so I can kind of just be like, I'm watching people.
Sure. Give me a performance roll.
Performance.
Yeah.
That's another natural 20.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
We're on fire today.
I know. That's a 21 total.
Okay.
Carolyn.
You take cover in your position. Serenity, you start waiting as well. As you wait there for a little bit of time, we'll go Cricket, Drareth, and Kyrian if there's anything the three of you are doing.
Not evening yet.
Okay.
I'm just waiting, obviously.
Well, I'm thinking, should we go back to the circus and ask around and see if anyone would be willing? I know we only talked about a little bit about people disguising themselves as us to cover up.
That is a good idea. I know Rask would be down for something like that. He's always down for mischief. Who else? Do we know anyone else who can use magic, really?
It's clear I am here, right?
Yeah, you could have grouped up again at this point. Found that.
Hey, Brett.
Kyrian?
As far as I know, I can't think of anyone at the circus who can disguise themselves. I don't really socialize with any of the workers beyond a few of them.
Fair. Cricket, do you know anyone?
Socks can disguise himself as things.
Yeah, but not a person, and I think we'll be needing socks.
I can think of a couple.
Alright. Kyrian, fancy a trip back to the circus?
Or just people that are good at illusions.
That too.
I can do the trick. Actually, yes, going back to the circus would be good. I can update you on what I found while I was out, and then we could actually retrieve that stamp if it's been finished.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
Sounds good.
Let's go.
Okay. So you guys are heading out to the... heading out to the circus. And it does take you a good chunk of the morning just walking out there. As, you have to make your way to the far edge of the lake and then kind of skirt the edge of it once you get onto land.
On the way there, Kyrian is going to give them absolutely everything that was said to him and every note he took down except for the information about Tyball.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay, so I'm going to scratch that out of my notes because I figured you were going to tell us everything, but clearly...
Clearly, he doesn't.
I have my reasons.
Sure.
Clearly, he's gonna betray the party.
I am the DDEG.
Yeah.
But yes, so you know that the... Jeez, what do you know?
What do I know?
You know that the dungeons are connected through each tower, and they're, from what was described, they're built underneath the city, which is built on the lake.
And that Null is in cell number 4, and he was imprisoned for smuggling hazardous, flammable, and/or explosive materials, as well as assaulting a guard.
Fair.
Nice.
Nice. How did they build the prison under the lake?
How do I fly?
Magic.
Probably.
Yeah.
And, well, I mean, you're just a special case in general.
I'm special, I know.
Yes.
Thank you, Kyrian.
I meant that more as I don't know how fairies function. I assume it's magic, but yeah, it's special, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, I don't know how that works, and he's just gonna point down at Socks.
Socks. He's his own thing, you know.
Yeah, and him and I are not bunking together again.
Well, I don't know how much of a say you have in that. Socks does have a mind of his own.
He seems to have a liking for you, Kyrian.
No, no, he does not.
There's like a little pseudopod like reaching out for him.
As the day goes by, the three of you eventually return to the circus grounds. You kind of, like, it's late enough in the day where people are preparing, and going about and just setting things up for the evening, cleaning up things from the night before. Immediately, Actually, you can notice Rask kind of on the perimeter, shirking a little bit of responsibility and just watching, sees all of you, like, looks excited. Oh, hey! You guys are actually back. Is that good? There's only 3 of you. Is that good?
It's fine. It's
And
fine.
socks.
Oh, Sock, okay.
There's 4 of us.
He blends in, I don't notice
I know
him.
he's good at that.
Look, Rask, I might have a job for you.
Like a different job? Because I do have one.
Yeah, one, not a circus job.
Oh.
One helping us.
And for any other people that you know possess any talents for looking like other people?
Basically disguise self.
Oh. That's a tricky one. I can ask around. I think Sahuna knows a little bit of magic similar to what I've got. Other than that, I don't know what exactly they do.
Alright.
The clowns actually use a little bit of magic in their performance. They might know something.
True. Ask around. We need five bodies. That's probably the best.
Yeah.
5. We're planning a prison break, so we need alibis.
Are these things that you should be talking about out loud?
Probably not
I'm
here.
not sure that they are.
Okay, then let's not.
Alright.
But yes, I can ask around. If you guys aren't sticking around too long, I can ask around and see what skills other people have.
Yeah, we might need people tonight, right?
I mean, they still have to look at the place first.
Oh. Well, okay.
Tonight might be a little short notice. We're preparing for the shows and all that.
Nice.
We might need a night or two to gather everything. I think that's just being generous.
Okay, I was looking forward to it, but it's fine.
We'll get to the exciting part later on
Okay.
that we will not mention by name ever again.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, are you guys sticking around? Because, we could use some help cleaning up. Or, I'm just saying, extra hands, make light work, and they seem to have a lot of work.
So why don't you
I mean,
help
I
it?
would, but I'm here to collect an item that I was getting, and then I have to go back and start asking people things.
Ah, okay.
I mean, Rosk, if you want, we can just work together on it. I know you love work.
Well, I've done plenty on my own so far. I don't want to, take away work from other people.
And neither would I. So I'll be going back with Kyrian.
Alright. Not my problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's enjoy.
She waves.
See you later.
Yeah.
Good. Break legs.
He walks away, just strumming a lute.
I'm sorry, did you say break legs or break a leg?
Break legs.
Yeah, that's the term, Kyrian.
Wait.
Kieran's
it is,
eyebrows
right?
are slowly going up. I'm pretty sure that's not the saying. That can't be right.
Oh, I've been saying break legs for so long. Do people think I actually want them to break their legs?
No.
No.
Cricket, we knew what you meant.
It's just a weird Feywild thing.
Yeah.
It might be a translation thing.
Alright. Oh, sorry. Is there anything else you guys want to do while you're here currently?
Just get the stamp.
Yes. With that, who was it? That was... Crap, names. Whoever was working on that. At this point, it's been about a day. They've got the wooden replica made. So you've got something that you could work with for the most part, but the actual forged and crafted one still needs a little more time.
Do they need the wooden one in order to create the smith one?
Not at this point. They've progressed far enough where he can offer you the wooden one to take.
He will take the wooden one and he will deposit it into his pillowcase in his cart.
Okay.
Great, he has a cart to sleep in now.
Yes. Well, not your own cart, but like you've got a like part of a cart.
Yeah. I thought I slept in the gift shop cart.
The gift shop isn't a cart. The gift shop is a tent.
This whole time I thought it was a mobile like mug shop. No, it's fine.
Oh
It's
no!
fine.
Well, unless it is.
A
My
mobile
interpretation was
mug
that it
shop.
was
I just pictured this thing like making a shit ton of noise as we're going down the road and like losing like 5 mugs a day.
then that's what it is. Don't. That
We're
was
just-
just my interpretation.
It's just like crash. Another mug down.
Piron's like, oh my gosh, we're never gonna recover from this.
We're never gonna come from this one copper loss. Oh no.
We're screwed.
Little Hansel and Gretel trail of broken mug pieces.
Yeah, finding you guys is real easy.
Look for the broken mugs.
Okay. You can definitely deposit the stamp. Does anyone else want to do anything at this time, or is it back to the city?
I just keep thinking about this. I think Cricket would just like drop off Socks with like the other mimics. You know, it's like a dog park, and I feel like they're all kind of like scampering around. Like just
Yes.
let Socks be a mimic for a little bit before we return back.
There, you do have 2 other mimics with the party, and yeah, Socks just kind of melds into their little group, and he enjoys getting to just be a gelatinous form
Nice.
for a little bit.
You say meld, and do they all like melt together and
No,
like
not-
become like a
This
like
is
a
not
weird,
the
like
shunting.
soupy?
No.
No, they just
Become primordial ooze.
This isn't that one movie. Oh.
that one movie.
I'm trying to remember the name of
What
it. It's a
movie?
horror movie. Society.
I haven't seen
No.
it.
No idea.
Oh, it
No
is
idea.
body horror extreme.
Okay,
Nice.
yeah, never.
Yay.
No, thank you.
Anyways,
Okay, then
This
as
episode of Wannabe Heroes podcast brought to you by.
as you guys enjoy your time at the circus, Serenity and Apiron. Serenity, you're sitting in the park for about 20 minutes or so, and just very briskly, like with quite a sense of urgency, you see Viren make his way out through the main floor of the palace. He's like currently throwing his jacket on as he walks out, and quickly like not running, but just briskly walks past the park. that you're in.
Places to go and things to do.
Serenity would get up before he gets to the park because she knows which direction he's going. So she kind of starts walking ahead of him, but at a slower pace. So he starts he passed her at a certain point.
Okay. And he really he doesn't look concerned. There's no look of frustration or anger on his face. He's just very neutral, but he's walking quickly, and really pays you no mind. Just wraps around you as he walks and continues.
As soon as he passes her, she'll pick up her pace a little bit to match his, but not to a point where it's noticeable.
Okay. Give me a performance.
Ugh.
Well, that's a 10. Probably -1. Let's see. Yeah, -1. That's a 9.
Okay. You make your way partway through the streets, following him. After about 5 minutes of walking, Apiron, you, from your position, Viren is quickly getting closer. You can see Serenity just behind him.
Okay. Does it look like the trajectory he's gonna walk is gonna come into a place where he can see me?
He's walking down the same road that you're on.
Okay. If that is the case, then Apiron is just going to try and duck away into a corner. Can I try and sneak?
Yeah. Give me
yeah.
a stealth roll.
Try and just try and sneak a bit and see if I can. Yeah. See that he can't see me. But also, that is going to be another natural 20.
Oh my gosh.
Cheating.
3 in a row?
Yeah, that's 3. Yeah.
I think you're cheating.
He's no rival in socks.
Exactly. There it is.
You're
So
playing with loaded dice.
a natural 20 for a total of 21.
This is
for
the
stealth.
opposite of Jake's rainbow dice.
Yeah.
I'm
so
just
far.
saying.
We don't talk about that anymore.
Hey, my dice have been screwing me over the last couple of games, so this is all of the good rolls I was supposed to get.
Yeah,
All
and none
the
of you
good rolls
wanted
are
it, by the way,
going
because you
to
believed
Yes.
it first.
Because it is.
Something's gonna go down next half of this session, and you're gonna be like, "What happened
I'm
to all
fucked.
these
I'm
20s?"
fucked. Yeah.
Okay. So you managed to like duck into the alleyway and just completely be hidden. Even Serenity, you losing track of Apiron, and you guys just follow in this pattern, this odd like dance throughout the streets as you try and kind of juggle around the alleyways and keep up with him. Serenity staying just close enough to not like to keep an eye on him, but not close enough to draw attention. And you walk through the streets for another 20 minutes or so, wandering through, and eventually you get to the market square. And Viren pushes past. You see people like turn and watch him. See people notice that he's walking through. And he gives occasional looks, he smiles, he waves at individuals as they walk through. And he makes his way to that building that you had eyed Apiron. And just on the main floor, next to a couple pillars near the stairway, you can see an older human man, kind of like long gray hair, but tied up, like well kept, but long and gray. Kind of like weathered skin, like a little bit of a beard with a very like full mustache grown in, dressed not overly not overly fancy, but in similar attire to Viren. Just the light jacket, the suit, the vest and tie, the darker colors. And Viren walks through the crowd and approaches this individual. They like walk out with open arms, and
Father
he
Viren.
grabs Viren's arm. They shake hands. You can see like words are exchanged between them, and then they slowly walk inside the building.
Okay. Would I be able to just like pop my head up to actually no, would I be able to cast a message to Serenity?
Okay.
That works better.
And just because I kind of rush through all these things one after another, would there at any point you guys want to do anything along these his pathway, if you want to? I'd hate to just be like, you see him, you follow, and he's gone. You're like, wait, I wanted to do something in the middle.
I guess, I mean, just along the lines of like people turn to notice Viren, is that a look of recognition, like, oh, he's around here a lot, or a look of like, oh, Viren's back?
Watch out, it's Viren.
Yeah.
Give me an insight
Remember
roll.
that time he took a kid's candy?
That's an 18 plus 8, 26.
Yo!
Looking around, it seems like glances of like familiarity, looks of respect, and like
no, they respect him.
an understanding of his position. There's some friendly looks as well. A lot less like there's a few people that he smiles and waves towards. There's a few people that like he gets close up to and properly greets, but doesn't stop. Majority of it is merchants and other people, like just that look of understanding who he is.
Yeah. Would I just also be able to cast detect magic, and keep an eye on Viren, or look inside the building, and if I see any magical spells or anything on Viren that would set that off?
From what you can see, there's nothing magical on Viren, and looking at the building, you don't get any magical flair on your radar.
Okay, so then once he starts approaching the man, then I'm gonna message to Serenity, and tell her to and ask if she can follow Viren in animal form of some kind, if she is willing.
Can I respond to this?
Yes.
I can. I do not know if that will actually help much more than just waiting for him to come back out and see where he goes next. I can only do it so many times, and if we had the plans today, I do not want to use it all up. What is your goal?
I want to find any connections that he might have that we can use against him.
Oh, that is very different from what I originally thought this was. I can, but I do not want to.
Okay. Then we wait.
Okay. You're just gonna wait there through the day.
Yeah, just wait and I guess just tail him and see exactly where he goes. For the next couple of hours, where he goes, what he does, who he talks to. If he seems like he's looking for us. Does that work with you?
Yeah, that is what I'd like to do. Serenity can cast the Sky Self on herself once per short rest. So in between the times where he goes into spots, she would like to see if she can get a short rest, and if she can, she'll cast the Sky Self again, and if she can't, she'll stay as far back as possible because she's very noticeable.
Okay. If you are willing to wait an hour, then yes. You wait in the market square for about an hour. He does not come out. You manage to get a short rest. In that hour, not the hour, about if you were waiting in this time, about 3 hours goes by. Eventually, the rest of the party would make it back to the city by now, and you guys would have an understanding of where the group was headed. So, if you want to try and meet, or if you want to just continue on your own business, however you'd like to handle it.
Who's that hot elven woman?
Oh, I do not have it cast yet, but thanks. Just me, Cricket. It's called Furball, though.
Oh.
Are you trying to catfish Viren?
What's that? Is it like a fish that's a cat?
I mean, technically, yes. There is such thing as a catfish.
Can you like
I
pet
don't-
them?
I don't know how to respond to any of that.
Are we all in the same spot? You guys are giving away my position.
Oh, okay.
You're giving away your position.
Cricket will like
What do you
step
mean?
10 feet away.
Alright.
She's like still looking at her.
We're trying to be stealthy.
Oh.
Well, it might not be working now, but
Piron's still away from the group, trying to be stealthy.
Jareth will get away from Serenity then.
Cricket will follow Draybread. Yay.
Sorry, Serenity. Still my friend. Gonna go follow Drayrith and Cricket.
Alone again.
You just told us to leave!
I don't want you guys near me. Why does everyone leave me?
Why does everyone always leave me? Made me sad, Mom. She does her worm song, probably.
as you all start to spread out from your position, you do catch, as I guess Piron has not changed his position and has been watching, you do catch Viren leaving that building at this point.
Okay.
And you can watch his path just kind of on the edge of the market. And he circles by. People don't pay, like he's not hiding, but he's trying to not draw attention. And you can see that he slowly circles around the perimeter of the market until heading kind of on the like the southern side of it to a small cafe. He enters, the door shuts behind him. That's all.
Okay.
Serenity will change her position so she's
got a better vantage point, maybe slightly closer to the cafe, but not too close, obviously, and just hunker back down and sit.
Okay. Reposition yourselves. Are you staying here the whole day, if need be?
That is my goal. I am tracking.
Apiron is going to, as he sees the rest of the group pass by, he's just going to cast message to Kyrian and just ask him, what's the plan now? We're still trailing Viren.
Well, I don't know what your plan is, but if you want to track him, then you may. But I need to actually keep up the appearance of asking individuals meaningless questions since I have all the information I need.
Okay, so what do you want? What do you want us to do?
Spy on Viren.
Okay.
Spy on him, tail him, interrogate him if you absolutely have to. I don't know.
No, we're not doing.
Get Serenity to beat him up. She could do that, right?
Yeah, that's a horrible idea.
Have you seen her? She's got like hams for hands.
Her hands are hands.
That
so
woman could crush
handy.
our heads like a fruit.
Yeah.
Wait, did you say hands or hams with an M?
Hams for hands.
Yeah.
H-A-M.
Oh!
Hands for hands.
I hope she has,
He has
hands
hands for hands.
Yeah, I heard hand is
And on the
for
tips of her
hand.
hands, more hands. And on
It's
the
okay,
tips of those fingers,
I got it,
she's
Jake.
doing
I got it, don't worry.
a bad trick.
Okay, so let's just meet back at the cabin tonight then.
Sounds good. I'm gonna go bother people for a couple hours.
Okay. Yeah, then Apiron is just gonna continue keeping track of Viren, seeing where he goes.
Okay. So two of you in the market, Kyrian going to bother people, Cricket and Drareth, would you stick around as well?
It's evening now, right?
It is like mid-afternoon.
Okay.
Did Kyrian say he was going to bother people? Like out loud?
Not out.
So that
well,
Cricket
you
would
probably
hear it?
you probably talked about it on the road back.
Because
But
Cricket will happily go and bother people.
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
Garrett's got nothing better to do. He'll go bother people with Kyrian.
okay. So the
Does
three of you.
Does this make us his, like, deputies?
What's that?
More like a posse.
Oh.
Alright.
I know what that is.
She crosses her arms.
Their own posse.
So wait, so are you the bad cop or the good cop then?
No one's good cop, bad cop.
Like
It's,
who?
For cops?
I don't even know what that is. Like where I'm from, they're all bad cops. But
Oh. I mean, okay, so which one of us holds the person down while the other one punches?
no
Oh,
one.
I want to punch!
Nobody is assaulting anyone. We're not going to torture anybody. We're going around asking for people's names if they've seen anything suspicious lately, and we go to the next person. We're going to do that for several hours.
Oh.
Alright.
When does the bothering them come in?
That is the bothering them.
Oh, okay. Then I
Nobody
did.
likes their day interrupted by someone snooping around. But
Oh.
we have to do this because otherwise I'm going around asking one person for questions. Oh, and then I'm just going to be at the bar for the rest of the day playing whatever that bullshit card game we were playing that he was cheating in.
Excuse
I was
me.
not cheating.
And if that game you were playing is called One, the bothering people has begun! Let's go!
bothering the wrong person.
That's where she wanted to go.
His eyes like starting to twitch a little bit.
All right, you guys you spend the afternoon into evening just making rounds throughout the market. Nobody really has anything odd to report. There's a few like older shop owners that just forget that you're questioning them and start trying to sell you stuff, and it's like really mundane, like basically paperweights, like shitty little trinkets.
Rock of smoke detection?
There is one stall, yes, that
Yes.
tries to peddle.
How much?
The seller holding out this perfectly round, smooth stone.
Shiny.
Yes, this is a very fantastic magical item I found on my journeys.
Uh-huh.
It's a rock of slope detection. For simply 10 gold pieces, you'll be able to understand if there's any slope within your region.
Can I test it out right now?
Absolutely.
Okay, she'll like take it and she'll like put it on the ground.
It sits there and doesn't move.
So that means there's no slope?
Correct.
Wow!
She made 11 gold and she's gonna spend 10 of it on a rock of slope.
Oh yeah, she did. I think Cricket is going to spend her 11 gold on the rock of slope detection. She is just, I'm not even gonna roll for it. She is so enraptured by
Okay.
the seller's thing. She's not very smart.
This merchant takes
It's
your
shiny,
coin.
right?
It is like
There we
it
go.
is a like perfect polish.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Oh yeah.
What
She's
kind
into
of
it.
rock is it, Justin?
I mean, Cricket probably doesn't know what kind. It's kind of this dull, like, gray-blue color. It seems like... It doesn't seem entirely... Like, the shape doesn't seem natural, but it seems like a worn-out natural stone that has been, like, polished and ground down to this shape.
Cool. I'm adding that to my notes.
And I suppose, Kyrian, this might be an individual of note, as they are...
I was about to say, like, this seems like fraud. Like, garden variety fraud.
Maybe. That's up to interpretation. She got exactly what she was told.
Well, that's the thing. But he also called it magical.
What's the who defines what magic really is?
People who can do magic.
The circus says it's magical, and things might not.
Drareth
actually be
says
magic.
he's a fortune teller.
Yeah, when Apiron like actually like can kind of see the future.
And Drareth is here like, I can tell your future. I just imagine Apiron every time just kind of like, bitch.
Actually,
You're like saying something's gonna happen. He's like, there's no way. And he's just in the background like, what's this guy doing? It's like, tomorrow your necklace is gonna break. Appearance like, this necklace is gonna last for 20 years.
there was definitely like a moment when Drareth and Apiron first met where like Apiron was like, oh my gosh, like you can like are cool with like time too, and Drareth was like, yeah, like I totally am, and then like Apiron slowly realized that it was not the same.
Best friends.
Yes.
Alright, so you guys wander the market for a couple hours. In this time, Viren does exit the cafe. There are some like friendly smiles and waves back as he opens the door. You can see like he tucks a small coin purse back into his jacket. Carefully like walks around the market, going a longer way around back to the building that he started in. He does pass by. Actually, can we get another stealth check from? I'll say that both of you, or stealth from Apiron, and either stealth or performance from Serenity, depending on what your tactic is.
Yeah, she won't change back into her disguise self unless she's actively following. If she's just watching, she'll stealth it out. That's a natural
Oh my
20.
God.
Oh my
Guys.
god, y'all's.
Bless.
I rolled a 3, but I'm gonna chronal shift that and see if I can do that again.
Here comes the one.
So it's 22 in total.
Actually, no, that's a 17 plus 1, so an 18.
You guys are
Okay.
using up all the good luck.
So
All
with
the
that,
leg breakages.
so that you two blend into the crowd pretty easily and keep an eye as he wanders. He does pass by Kyrian and Drareth and Cricket throughout his walk. He doesn't draw like too much, just passes by and smiles.
She'll
Good
wait.
afternoon. Keeps going.
Yeah, fucking whatever.
I mean, they are doing their job.
But eventually makes his way back into that building.
Which one? The Merchant's Guild?
Yeah, into the Merchant's Guild.
Okay.
And if you guys stick around, he is there basically until sunset.
Okay.
Okay. Would Piron be able to just check around the building, make sure there are no other exits or any secret passageways or anything that he could be using to leave the Merchant's Guild?
Yeah. As you walk around, you can see that there's windows all around the second floor, so you can't see anything exactly. You can see some shapes moving around. The ground floor is this kind of open plaza. There are pillars holding it up off the street. and there are the stairwells that lead onto the second floor. So theoretically, if he came down those stairs, he could leave in any direction, not just the one open to the market square.
Okay. If that's the case, then just the final thing that a Piron would do, just see if you can use the clockwork amulet in order to try and just determine exactly how old this building is, how long it could have been there for. Like, is it a new building? Has it always been like this?
Give me another Arcana roll.
Okay. That is going to be a 6 plus 8, so 14.
14. Looking back as far as you can, your vision kind of blurs and shifts. You kind of lose track of the dates exactly. You look back as far as you can see, and as long as you see a structure on this lake, you see this building. There have been some modifications, some upgrades, but this general structure has been here as far as you can look back.
Okay. Okay, yeah, then I'm just gonna continue and watch until Viren leaves and see if he goes back to the palace or where he goes.
Okay. As the hours go by, evening slowly comes in as the sun starts to set. You do see Viren exit the building once again, making his way back down the same road he had come in on, and eventually leaves your vision.
Seemingly towards the palace.
Yeah.
Alright.
Could I see if there was any indication that he knew he was being followed or tailed? Just from his body language, if he was looking around being suspicious?
Could I look into that too?
Sure, give me an insight roll.
Meanwhile, we're still bugging people.
It's 15 plus 8, 23.
23.
And that is a 15 plus 0 for a 15.
Okay. With a 15, it's hard to read. He's got a stern face and very, he's not a very physical being. His movements are pretty small, pretty direct. He seems casual for what it is. Seems like he's just focused on working. Serenity, with your watch, you can glimpse this kind of waver in his steps of trying to not leave a perfect foot trail, not leaving obvious pathways that he's taking, kind of weaving just end to end of the road. And you can see his eyes, just as he leaves the market, you can notice his eyes dart around, looking for something.
Interesting. Serenity would then at that point duck into an alleyway, take a different form again, and continue following him, because now she's intrigued.
Okay, what form are you taking?
She's now going to be an old dwarven woman with this big bushy beard with flowers in it.
Nice.
Okay.
Why do you look like that, Jake?
That's right, it's a beautiful, well-groomed beard. Leave her
Yeah.
alone.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I was looking down at my notes.
Ah,
Sure, Jan.
Alright, yes, you could take that form. You start to follow. Give me either stealth or performance roll.
Stealth.
Okay.
That's a 6 plus 2.
Okay. You follow behind Viren slowly, weaving in between the crowds and pushing carefully. And as you get a good ways away from the market, to the point where you can see the palace in view. And there's a moment where the streets have kind of started to thin out. You're getting to more of the residential area and people are moving into their homes. And Viren just stops in the middle of the street.
She'll keep walking.
Walk past him?
Yeah,
Okay.
as if she was walking home.
Okay. and he stands there. And you know, like, as you walk past, you just turn your eye and you can see that though his body is not turned, he watches you as well. And you keep walking. And then he slowly starts to pick up behind you. And keeps walking with you now. Matching your pace.
When we were going to the palace, was there like houses and shops around the palace, or was it?
There's a good like 2 blocks that are cleared out, and it's just like open square and the parks before there are any homes.
All right. Serenity's gonna think back to earlier in the game, or in the day, not game. Serenity's gonna think back to earlier in the day when we were walking towards the palace, and pick a house/shop front, like an older one that would be believable for this old dwarven woman to live in. That would make sense that she's walking towards the palace, but then would go down side streets to get to.
Okay. I mean, that's how close do you want to get to the palace? Because there's a point where those like shops there are no shops in this area. It's all homes.
So like a home somewhere where it would make sense for her to go to. Basically, what I want to do is I want to walk down enough alleyways that's inconvenient for Viren to follow some strange dwarf.
Okay.
But still, like, have it make sense that she was walking towards the palace before breaking off.
Just give me an intelligence roll.
Well, that's a 13 plus. I'm fairly intelligent. It's a +1.
Okay.
So 14.
As you're walking and you can hear Viren behind you, you try and recall back, and as you're thinking, you're running out of possibilities. You take the nearest alleyway to the side, and you just duck in and continue walking straight through. Just kind of like there's about 3 buildings before the clearing up to the palace. And you walk down the alleyway, and you see Viren walk up to the alley and stop and turn and watch you walk down and turn back onto the main road on the other side. And he is just stood there watching you. The last thing you see is him looking down the alley as you turn the corner.
Great. She'll continue going down alleys for a while.
Okay. You wander around and circle different routes until eventually one route passes like back to that same road, being a little cautious as you go, but as you cross back, Viren is gone.
Cool.
And you don't, with your passive perception, you don't seem to notice him around you at all.
When she feels fairly confident, she'll duck in an alleyway and come out the other side of Serenity and continue walking back towards the tavern.
Okay, back to the tavern. Easy enough. The rest of you, as the evening comes, you're able to catch Serenity following Viren, and after a moment of her not returning, you start to make your own plans.
She did.
Would you guys go back to the tavern after all this, or what would you do?
Bjorn would go to the tavern, wait for his compatriots to come back.
Okay.
To the tavern. I'll do another sending.
Alright, you make your way back towards the tavern. All along the walk, Drareth sends off a message.
Yep. 25 words. I forgot how limiting that is. I have not used this spell in a while. Hi Lyra, just following up. You said to message you in the evening, so I know 25 words isn't a lot, but do your best, please. Cricket says hi.
Yes.
Alright. Again, another pause. Another pause in the messages. And then you hear it. Yeah, what? Right. Well, they blocked the rivers, drained the lake before building on it. Dungeons were built just above the soil. It's kind of a ground for the rest of the city to branch off of. Entire things built underwater. No known access points in the drawings beyond what's on the surface. And that's that. Oh, and a... Hi, Cricket.
Yes!
Alright.
Alright. And with that message, everyone returns to the tavern. As the evening turns to night, the sun finally sets, and you settle in to make up the evening's plan. And that's where we're gonna end things.
Hey!
Whoa.
Progress.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Just came up with a lot.
Yeah,
That was pretty
not where I
good.
saw that going at all.
Good job, everyone.
I think as a point, as soon as Cricket has got her little rock, like every couple of steps or so, she'll like put it down and like see what happens and then like chase after it.
There is a point like between the tavern that it starts to roll away.
Whoa!
You detected a slope.
Yes, it works.
Oh.
That's
Alright.
good. That's great. That's absolutely worth the 10 gold.
I can't believe I got away with that.
Thank you for listening to Wannabe Heroes podcast. Thank you to James Nicholson for our intro and outro music. And if you enjoy our show, you can find us on social media at Wannabe Heroes Podcast on Instagram and Wannabe DND on Twitter.